They got their own they got their own loyalties, and the groups got their own ambitions and stuff like that. And it's two parts. It's two parts. On one side, I do see like a certain kind of change in mentality that needs to happen, you know,
Hmm.
in large. And that's not to say that I'm there all the way, you know what I mean, at all. But for instance, like I remember we went to around the time this Tamir Rice and all this stuff happened.
Hmm.
We did this march to the police station. You know what I mean? And when we got to the police station, we were supposed to read off some a list of demands, you know what I'm saying, and concerns. And I was part of that, but I forget what happened. I wasn't there. I didn't make it to the part where we first got into the police station. But do you know them people went in there and started reading poems?
Like, like
Poems, bro.
what was me? Give me some sympathy type. That's all that
Yeah,
is.
man. Like I'm still pissed about that, man. When I think about that.
Like what does that do? That means you basically begging. You know what I mean? You still singing and dancing.
Man, that's like the dude that gets into a fight. You get hit, and then you back up or whatever. Then you gotta come back, and you doing all this woofing, and then you get there in front of the opponent, and then you start copping pleas.
Yeah, you want to hug it out and shit, man. Let's
You
just
want to
hug it
hug it
out.
out. You say, you know what, man? It's really not that bad, man. I just want you to hear me out. Blah 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 blah. Nah, man,
That's
that ain't what
lame.
this is.
That's lame. And to be honest, like I think we need to talk about the alternative. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we supposed to do when we don't get our way? Like whenever we tear shit up, they say we being thugs and savages, we don't know how to act. That's not a part of the system. Whenever we hold hands and march, they say that ain't enough. So what are we supposed to do when we don't get our way? You
Right.
know? So we really gotta think about that when it comes to the political system.
Absolutely.
Me, I'm a for self type guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you said how you feel about reparations, but that's all the state really can do for me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, I don't want no food stamps. I'm not worried about insurance. You know what I'm saying? There has been times when I did need both and I didn't get them. I thugged it out.
Right.
So I'm a like my political position is just black nationalism. I feel like I'm supposed to do business with you. You're supposed to be doing business with me. You're supposed to be doing business with other black people, and we're
Right.
supposed to be doing business with the world. I'm just saying we're supposed to be doing business with each other first. That way we can make our situation better. That way we can do for self better. We need some type of economic system between us to where we can rely on each other. We need to focus our economic power. We need to focus our resources. What we do have, we need to get into manufacturing. We need to get into industry because we always be crying about jobs and business, but we don't have no industry. And industry fuels economy. Industry fuels states. Industry fuels cities. We don't have no industry on lock. And I think we need to really focus on how we can corner a market. And these people, whenever they see us coming, you know, we need to quit. They lock us out of industries, and we so naive. We just be begging and begging. We have to be more strategic in our moves. So I'm a for self, and and let me say,
And
I
aggressive too, man.
yeah.
You gotta be aggressive with this shit, cause like I feel like they got us in this thing where we just it's like they say something and then we just freeze up and just get super self-conscious. I don't want to be the aggressive black man, or I don't want to be the loud black man or the angry black man or black woman. But when it comes to politics, um, and that's not saying that you gotta yell and scream and shout, but I feel like our movements have to be decisive, like you know what I mean, and swift and precise. Like if you don't do something right and you own a business, man, you getting audited. They looking up all of your stuff to make sure it's right. Anything that's not right is getting sent to somebody to get litigated.
Definitely. It
You
got to
know,
be some type of consequence.
something's gonna happen.
Yeah,
You know,
we don't
and
we
it's
don't
gonna look, and it's gonna seem like a coincidence.
no, man, we can be blatant with it. Were you talking about like if we have you talking about us or if we get like a political representative and they business and stuff don't go out and what type of situation you mean when you say that?
Exactly what you just said for real. Like if we had some issues that were going on with the political candidate, and we know that they own stock in such and such business, you know, that business is now up for scrutiny. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And up for uh we'll say legal attack. You
Let,
know what
let
I'm
let's
saying?
let me say this, Zoo,
Uh-huh.
and would I be wrong for saying, you know what I mean? If we get behind somebody politically and we put our money behind them and we put our vote behind them and our needs don't get met, we should be going upside a motherfucker's head. You know what
Real
I'm saying?
shit.
Fuck a legal. That's you know what I'm saying. That ain't nothing. We gonna hit him in the pockets, okay? But I want to touch him, or somebody need to touch him, and that's how other folks do. Whenever we get behind somebody and our needs are not met, we put our and we get what you call okey dokes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's time to put your feet to the fire for real. That's how stuff work in real life, like CEOs, politicians. Like if I'm a let's say I'm a pharmaceutical company and I
Mm-hmm.
put you in position and you don't do what I say, what you think gonna happen? You know what
Man.
I'm saying? These people is not playing for real. If I'm JFK and I'm speaking to stuff that's against the people that put me in position, what happened? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I'm Martin Luther King and I'm speaking to stuff that I ain't supposed to, what happened? Like I'm talking about like
And
this
it's
shit.
crazy because it's all connected. You know what I mean? It all comes back to this idea of what is the African community, African American community, or the
Yeah.
African community in America, however you want to look at it.
Mm,
And other communities are very closely knit with their underworld and their riffraff and those kinds of people. So if things happen, there can be consequences, and there's no tie whatsoever. It's just that these people are so close, you know what I mean? And it happens with us as well, but just not in that direction. You know what I mean? And and
no.
and I do think that at some points it has happened, but sometimes it's a little bit too extreme, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And not really on the mark, you know what I mean? And you got other extreme cases like these MAGA people who, running upside people's heads and senators' heads and stuff like that. But I think that people are already so scared of treading certain waters with black people, so why not use that to our advantage? You know what I mean? Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, same thing with reparations. Like we can't depend on reparations. You know what I'm saying? We can't be like, oh, they gonna give us reparations for sure. We don't know that. They might decide to off every single black person in America before they give us some money. You know what I mean? But it's a political stratagem. It's a political tool that we can wield.
Hello?
Absolutely. And people, what up with it, Jay? And
What's up,
uh
y'all?
What's
uh
up? What's up?
come on, you can jump in the combo. Just let me speak to what he said right quick. You
Okay.
doing all right today, big bro?
Oh yeah, man. Happy Saturday to everybody.
Already.
That
Uh yeah, man. It seemed like whenever we do get people up there, they scared to even touch on reparations. You know what I'm saying? You say it's a political tool, and it is, but we also need to start looking at it like it's our right. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's being I want to say I'm not going to use the right term, but neglected from us or to us. You know what I mean? Because everybody knows other people have got reparations, and we even helping other people out in wars, sending them all kind of packages and support. But when it comes to, the African American, like, it's just like, nah, it's not possible. We don't have the money. We can't just do something just for Black people. But we see it all the time. Like, we help different countries, just them whenever they in famine, whenever they in war. We help specific groups of people with reparations. But then when it comes to us, the conversation is always in the negative, why we can't do it. And I just
All
don't
of a sudden,
believe
it's a
that.
problem.
Yeah. And we don't never talk about it in a realistic way. And even Black people, oh, they can't just do something just for Black people. Well, why the fuck not? They have done it so many times
That's
for
what I'm
everybody
saying. Why the
else.
fuck not?
Yeah, they try to make it seem like it's politics behind it, and it is, but they have gone around it for other people. And we can use those same routes. If other people got reparations, then why can't we? Black people can't explain that, but then they'll be on that side for some
And
damn reason.
that's what I mean with this idea of aggressiveness too. Like there has to be a sense of aggressiveness and tenaciousness that's not just physical, but it's like, yo, like we finna press your ass for the next 365 days straight, and we got people who will pay to do this,
Oh,
and,
mama.
I'm
Okay.
not saying that there aren't people that are doing that, but obviously, you know what I mean, if we had a more strategic type of movement like that, we would get far.
Okay. Can I
You
I hate to
good.
just
No, you good.
all right, so y'all know that's why they got rid of um what's his name? What's the lawyer name that got killed? Um that was fighting the OJ case.
Uh,
I know who you talking
Cochran,
about.
Cochran.
Johnny Cochran.
Yeah.
That's why they had to get rid of bruh. That's why. I mean, I think that's probably why they got rid of Martin Luther King too, because he was hollering at before they got at him. It's they do the benign neglect situation because the reason why they give us something, but then they give everybody else something too, is so they keep us strategically at the bottom. Because if we was really tied up with them, and by them I mean like the Gentiles, if we was tied up with them, that's an L for them because they know we don't need that much. You know what I mean? Which is why they came up with labor unions and all this stuff whenever they freed the slaves. You know what I mean? Because they were scared that we would overtake them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they don't want. If they get an agent something, they gotta give. Okay, we give us something. They gotta give everybody else something. So it still look like.
No, they
So we're
don't.
still tied up. No. I'm not saying they should, but they do that in this strategic. But if we understood that part, and then we stood on business together, like bro was saying, and came up with an issue, like a real plan, and then stuck to it. Because I'm thinking it's some things that we could talk about and do together, leadership wise, not even leadership wise, that's code wise, that would
Hold
put
up.
us.
Before you go forward, I want to speak to a point to what you said, because you said something that's really profound, that's based in law, that I'm not even sure that you are aware of, but it's so profound that you said it. So I can't say what you said verbatim, but what you said, if they accommodate us and they give us these concessions, then it can potentially put us at a level that can compete with them or be above them. Now, what that's called in law, what a lot of people don't know, is that the United States can't do things that's against the United States interest, right? So whenever they do something like that, and they can put themselves at a disadvantage by giving us a lot of land, a lot of money, why would they do that to themselves? And that's the reality. That's what they don't want to say. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to have no competitor. They do want to keep people under them. But that's with a political system. You have a dominant people that's in power. You don't want to put them on a level playing field. You know what I'm
No,
talking
that's
about?
real.
So that's something that's based in law that people don't know. And I think that's the reality. And what they don't want to say is that, hey, we are the dominant society and we trying to stay like that, whether it be our numbers, whether the voting rights potential, whether the money, the land, like we're not going to create competition, because then the power pendulum will swing. They don't want that.
Right.
So the United
Right.
States has to protect themselves.
And that's kind of what, not to cut you off, dude. I mean, but that's kind of what it is. Like, we talked about that, like, in business on a smaller scale within us. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know that I'm trying to do something and I got another dude, and you were saying that a dude that you know was doing something similar, why would he create competition for himself? You know what I mean? By giving him or giving you his contacts and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't need much. We don't need much, and they scared of that. All these other groups have never been a threat, which is I would take for them as an insult. So they feel like you feel me? I can give y'all whatever. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. Y'all gonna be cool with just whatever we give. But these motherfuckers is angry. They potentially angry and they're aggressive, and they've been killing shit for centuries before this. They don't even know that. We don't even know who he is. You know what I'm saying? And if we get anything, everybody in the whole world is watching us. And I talked about this on my show. I touched on it a little bit, but everybody in the world watches us. They try to do that thing where it's like, let's say if you was a big brother and I mean, this they doing it out here on the east side or whatever they do, gentrification. They go to places like out here. We got this place called Moore, Oklahoma, which is really shitty. Shitty in the fact that they get hit with tornadoes every year, but they'll move out there, make that look like the place they want to be, because the place they really want to be is the east side, where there is no tornadoes and the closest to downtown. You know what I mean? And they'll move out there, make us feel like they moved all the resources and stuff to the south side on Southwest 89th Street, where ain't really no people living. All the food stamp offices is way out there now, because they finna put the homeless shit out that way. We try to hide our homelessness out here, like, you know what I mean? They'll put the homeless the resources we used to be on the east side way out there, because they about to do a bait and switch. You know what I mean? Right. So they say they give us
gentrification type shit.
Right. We love the South Side. We love it over here. Don't y'all want to live over here? You know what I mean? And then way out there where the cul-de-sacs is, and when you get old, you ain't got no hospitals and no grocery stores out there. You know what I mean? You're gonna die on the corner of a cul-de-sac where you can't drive, where they want to be closer to downtown, where there's resources and grocery stores and all this other stuff to do. You know what I mean? That's within walking distance of where you live. You know what I mean? On 4th Street and Bath and all that. You know what I mean? For all of those who understand what's going on out here. I mean, you got the same thing going on in other cities. I've seen gentrification like 2 or 3 times in Atlanta and Oakland and Frisco. You know what I mean? Like they got the West,
DC,
7th Street.
Midwest, bad.
Yeah.
Where you at, it's a game.
I'm in PA right now, but I'm from DC. If you go to DC, it's completely different from when I was a kid.
Right. I heard DC was really multicultural, or they got a big black population in DC as well.
Huge.
DC used to be Chocolate City, but nowadays it's you know, everybody, everywhere it used to be like that. You got white people jogging with their dogs, all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I want to bring it back. Hold on, Jay, because I want to bring it back to that point about, because I think that we really don't take it in consideration from a political strategic aspect that, they are not going to position nobody equally to them or above them. And we really got to start taking that in consideration. And also, so that means we have to start looking at the political system in a realistic manner and quit begging. You know what I'm saying? And do for self whenever you realize they cannot do anything that's against their interests, that'll put them in a lesser position. And I don't mean at the time whenever they pass the legislation, for the future. That they're gonna look 100 years into the future. Like if we give them this amount of land, we give them this amount of money, what could they possibly do with it potentially in 500 years?
40,
that's why it's gotta be super aggressive. And I like what my brother Jameson hit on, man. The idea of the concept of black people owning a space intergenerationally is like, I think is one of our number one challenges, man. And not just like a home, of course, it starts with you know home ownership stuff like that, family or
Mm-hmm.
whatnots.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
like an actual like city
There you go.
Mm.
There you go.
where is black owned from top to bottom, you know, they
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
managing their own media intake and all that kind of stuff. The jails is pretty much black owned,
Okay.
you
Now you
know.
scaring niggas. Now you scaring
Yeah,
niggas. That's gonna scare niggas. You know
facts.
what I'm saying? That's gonna scare niggas, and that's why they every time we got black towns, Lanier, Lake Lanier, all that shit under lakes. Because whenever we come together and do shit, when we start thriving, Tulsa,
Some
you
happen.
know what I mean? Like they do some shit because they threatened by that, bro, and they want to scare us up. And it's been working for the last 200 years, 300 years. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
once we get past that shit, understand that we got to link. I'm trying to get us together on a at least an individual level first,
Hold,
so
hold
we
up,
kind of
hold up,
understand.
hold up.
Go ahead, go ahead. My bad,
Because
my bad.
no, you good. Because I want to speak to that point you just made before we move past that point. Because
Okay.
you realize that you said it. That was a key point. Whenever we do get together and try to build something significant, they on our head, right? So what does that
Immediately,
imply? That implies that we
we
at
a
war.
threat.
Yeah, well, that implies that
Yeah.
we at war, literally. So we can't
Yes.
be taking shit lightly. You know what I mean? We can't be
Oh,
begging for successions, for concessions. We can't be out here acting like it ain't what it is.
Yeah.
facts.
We POWs. We really
Can't have
POWs
can't
in our
have
own
no
country.
uncertain points. All the stuff where they might do this, they might no. It's gotta be look, we do this, they gonna do that. If they don't do
Mhm,
that, we got we got B through G.
mhm.
Hello. I mean, all the way to Z, because a lot of you niggas, and I'm not talking to none of y'all, but a lot of you niggas is too comfortable with just having a white woman in a bucket of chicken in a video game, nigga. You
That's a
niggas is
fact.
too comfortable, bro. That
That's a
shit is
fact.
not cool. You
That's
know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? Like, what the fuck y'all niggas doing out here? Y'all think this shit is a game? This shit not no fucking game. It's
Hey,
not.
this is going to be posted, so you got to keep the profanity down.
Okay,
But you
I'm gonna
good
try to
though.
keep the
No,
profanity down.
stay
I already
passionate.
know it's,
No, keep
I,
the passion.
but
Turn the
listen,
profanity
the
down.
brutality down. I
Go
got you.
off, go off.
It's
The views gonna
y'all.
go up.
Hey, you hella comfortable right now,
That's a fact
just
though.
having just enough. And if we was POWs in the camp, we got to the Jews when they got ransacked and killed and did bad, they got money. They kept getting money so that could never happen again.
Mhm.
Where are we with that? And why aren't we feeling like that? Why is it that you get a Caucasian woman, no offense, or any just a woman, and you got to play the food in a slick job, and you straight? That ain't enough. Not no more. We can't change no policies when we ain't got no motion. Labor is a commodity. I think Tariq say it a lot, but we kind of scared of power because it come with too much responsibility,
That's a fact.
That is a
and we
fact.
can't really. You'd be way more comfortable. Comfort is every man's secret idol, bro. I'm gonna say that part again because it
Indeed.
sounds like something that's really kind of small, but comfort is every man's secret idol. You don't really want to have to do extra if you don't have to, and doing extra means you got to do more maintenance. If you own a business, you have to go out here and find licks. We damn near like some freaking zoo animals now, by and large. And that part is spookier than a lot of people want to admit.
No,
No,
for
You
let,
know what
real.
I'm
let's talk.
saying?
Let's talk about it because you talk about the comfortability of us black people being here in America. I mean, Kanye said it. We the new slaves. You know what I'm saying?
Hello?
Like this is just a different form of slavery, and they give us luxury to make us not really, act
Want to
up for the
fight.
really thing. Yeah, for the things that we
That's
really
all I
need.
think about when I look at these music videos nowadays and these sports teams. It's just like the Coliseum for real.
It
You know,
really is,
cops,
and,
all
and
that
Yeah.
shit. You know what I
But
mean?
they,
in real
they,
life.
they,
Hold on,
they,
let me
they,
land this plane. Let me
go
land
ahead,
this
go ahead, go
plane real
ahead, go
quick
ahead.
because you said something that was profound. It is a comfortability thing. You right, and it is the downfall of the modern man because we get these luxuries. You know what I mean? We
Mm-hmm.
are rich slaves or slaves with money. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying?
mm,
And we ain't even
mm.
really understanding that we get these. And I'm gonna keep saying it. minor concessions, and it keeps us from really fighting about the big things because, okay, if I'm feeding my family, I'm getting by, I'm making enough money to pay my bills and pay my family, that's the American dream. You know what I'm saying? If
History.
they can keep us at this middle class, lower class
Mm,
level to where we really
mm.
just perpetuating a system and keeping them propped up and rich, then that's the game. How long can I extend this? You know what I'm saying?
Turn
If
up
I can,
consumers.
if I can extend this for 1,000
Another
years, and
100,
then
yeah.
yeah, we talking about years because listen, the political system is every 4 years, and if I can give them one little minute thing every 4 years,
To
let's
shut
raise the
them up every
taxes,
4 years.
let's lower the
Yeah.
taxes, let's
I
create
mean,
jobs, let's go up with the gas, let's go down with the gas, and we really think we gaining ground, but we doing the same thing
we
To
consecutively
be
for
honest, I think
500 years.
on a
might
hamster
get mad
wheel.
at me saying this, but I think that's why there's so much attack against these black
Channels and
black
platforms. Yeah.
religions, you know,
Oh, okay.
because you have to have like the Japanese and these other cultures, they have another outlet that's that allows them to not have to live their daily life by the Western and modern standards of reality. You know what I mean? They have their own standards. They kind of culturally insulated, but with us, we're so we're so we're so plugged into popular media. We're so plugged into the white man standards and what
Mhm.
they think. You know what I mean? That it's hard
Mhm.
for us to break away and maintain that.
We don't have nothing to compare it to, Zoo. Like, if we do, what's the alternative? We don't know no other way to live. And that's the thing. And that's why it's good to have these conversations to even bring it to people's attention that shit is wrong. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it's hard to see through the fog whenever you was born in it, raised in it. Like,
Right.
we just this is what I like to say, Zoo. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And Jay already know me and Jay be having this conversation, but I always say, don't jack your life away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be into
Hmm.
just masturbation because people will
Mm,
sit up and pleasure themselves to death. You know what I'm
Hmm.
mm.
saying? Like, we get so comfortable in our luxuries that we'll eat ourselves to death. You know what I'm talking
Hello?
about? Like, the number one killer of humans around the world is heart disease,
Food.
especially in America, and that's your diet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We'll sit around and entertain ourselves to death and not do nothing productive with our lives. Whenever we looked up, we didn't just watch TV all day, sitcoms all day, comedies all day, and then you wake up and you ain't did shit productive. You know what I'm saying? So people spend their days masturbating, pleasuring themselves to death until they die, and they think that that's enough, and or don't even think about it at all. Don't understand what a man's responsibility is. Don't understand what a woman's responsibility is. In my perspective, a man's duty is to make this world a better place. And Zoo, you a man. Jay, you a man.
Hello?
And that's to your perspective, whatever you believe that to be. And if we
Right.
not doing that as
Facts.
men, trying to guide the world into the way that we see fit, then you're not a man. If you a woman and not doing the
Okay.
same thing, because it's a woman's duty to do that too. And it's a woman's duty to raise these babies in the proper way. And that means that also, you know what I'm saying, to support
Okay.
to support that on the other end.
Okay. And I don't mean to take, this, let's take it up another notch, right? Just to kind of get us to all on the same point. Cause me and you do, like you said, we talk about this kind of regularly, right? All right. To be honest, we all basically some eunuchs. We all basically eunuchs.
We
We
don't got our
ain't
nuts.
no we ain't no threat. We got luxury and we cool with that, right? If we
No, I
not
hear
really
you.
trying to do nothing, that we not standing on no business. All right. So then you said that, and this been my slogan lately. We got to be more dangerous. We got to be more dangerous enough to where, okay, if we look at the world as like it's our woman, and when we talk about being man enough to where your woman is scared she gonna lose you, are you man enough to the point to where your woman got to be scared she gonna lose you, or you ain't man enough? And it's like, let me pose a challenge to everybody listening. Are you manning up enough to where you scared this world is gonna lose you? And I mean by that, I mean the word of America. Are they scared they're gonna lose you? Like they can't control you no more. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
And indeed,
My girl
it,
calling.
I got you. Let me speak to that point. So that's a
Let
good
me.
point.
I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna tap back in.
It's on.
Wait, no. I'm gonna.
Mute yourself first. So he made a good point, and that was your point too, Zoo. You were saying basically we ain't aggressive enough. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like we are complacent. But here's the deal though, Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we do, we already said what happens. So we got to be realistic about it, right? So we gonna have to do a lot of things covertly,
Yeah.
right? So we already established that okay, we need to be more aggressive. We already established that okay, whenever we do start making power moves, what happens on that? So we have to be realistic, like because it ain't no fighting. We're not gonna win in no
Oh
combative,
no.
right? No, I'm not saying that you implying that or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm
But
gonna keep it with you for real.
right. So what I am saying is, okay, we established that these people is for real on our heads whenever we do something substantial. We established that we do need to do something substantial and be more aggressive. So what I propose is being more convert and like cornering a market or industry, and that's how you get power. You know what I'm saying? So it don't
Exactly.
necessarily have to be no overt, this is a takeover, fuck y'all, this is what we doing. No, we just need to band together and just do us like
Yep.
the Asians did, like the Mexicans do, like the Jews do. They just band together and do them, and then they have an industry, they have a market, which in turn gives them power on all different levels, political and economic. So I think, and so that's what you said it. Excuse me, the city plan is the biggest deal that we need to do. We need to grab some land, get with ourselves, and start doing what Islam did. You know what I'm saying? Doing for self.
Right.
And we don't have to challenge them. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. We
Nah.
can't we can't challenge them. We can't be throwing stuff in their face. We just need to mind our own business, like what
Yeah.
the not the Quakers or the Mormons. You know what I'm saying? What's the
Yeah.
other
We
people
need
that
that
just
tunnel vision right
The
now.
Nation of
yeah,
Islam, bro. Elijah Muhammad doing his thing, bro. Shout out to him, bro. We if we just grab whatever our greatest and brightest and make ourselves to where we self sufficient,
that's it.
to where we
That's
don't
it.
necessarily need nobody else. You know what I mean? We got doctors, we got people that can do science type stuff. You know what I mean? Like if the world, we got to pretend like if the world was to fall apart right now, how would we maintain these cell towers? You know what I mean? These power plants, water treatment situations, food, drugs, not drugs like in bad drugs, but you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
medicine.
Like
Medicine.
medicine, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Which would mean herbs, land. We have to have land, you know what I mean? To where we can grow our own food and just be a enclave onto ourselves. So where we, have our own
So
security
what
or
that requires,
police force
so what that requires is men to be men. You know what I'm saying?
on
We're
all
talking
fronts.
about being self-sufficient and for men to be men. So that is the call. Whenever you have your
Mm-hmm.
kids, you need to be raising your kids and training your kids in trades and stuff that matter, and quit letting your kids indulge in the entertainment industry, grow up to be rappers, in sports and all that type of stuff,
Exactly.
and raise kids in order to raise a nation, in order to start a
Facts.
real community.
And
So that's
still that one love, man. We gotta go back to instilling that love for one another. In us and in the kids.
I
Nowadays you go to
mean,
certain places, you run across a black man, you might not even nod at your ass. He might
mhm.
be
yeah,
screwing up
that's
his
weird.
face at you. And I think that that type of stuff was always like an indicator to me. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it's all
I
about
mean,
it's all
because
about finding ways to spend time with each other and be productive. I think that's what a lot of other cultures do too. That we're coming into
okay,
too, though. Also,
all right. So let's think on a strategic level, right? Not to get too deep into this because we might need to pull off the internet to do some of this, but what can we do that will make us irreplaceable? What industry could we all like kind of place our children in? Now, and lawyers is one thing, but I would say like engineers. We need way more engineers. You know what I mean? We could use a black Elon. You know what I
fact.
mean? Like, you know what I mean? So whenever we get to the futuristic side of it, you know what I'm saying? Like we got dudes out there, like the dude that did the water machine that turns thin air into water. I mean, we got mines. We got the dude that's out there doing the plastiline thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard about a dude that's turning plastic into gasoline?
No.
Yeah.
Dude out there doing his thing.
Look that
You
up.
know what I'm saying? We gotta recruit and push people. I mean, we got people trying to teach code. You know what I mean? We got people that's in the health industry, like the Yaki dude, that's like Dr. Sebi with the dreadies.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Link up with
Jay,
brothers
we
like them.
we need somebody for all that. All that
Yeah,
if we
yeah,
building a nation, we gotta have a few of those for everything. So
everything.
we ain't excluding nothing. But like Zeus
But
said, we gotta understand that we doing it for us and we doing the city thing. You know what I mean? So we ain't
right.
excluding nothing. We
Well, no,
need
no, no. I'm not
entertainers and stuff. Yeah,
too.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to go with your point. I got you, Jay. I got you. To go
Okay,
with your point, we need all of those. You know what I'm saying?
okay. I'm
So,
saying, but
but
what can make them come to us in a way to where they can't, they can't do nothing without us in that way. Like, you know, what I'm saying, like,
The United States is sovereign. They don't necessarily have to go to anybody for anything. And if they do need anything, they have to that they'll take it. They not gonna come to niggas for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We just
right
But
gotta
I
now
worry.
kind of see what he's saying though. Like say
we
like
got one already. We got music already, but that's not necessarily enough.
Let
You
me
know what I'm
say this.
saying?
Let me
I
say
like what
this.
you said about engineering. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
also
We need
yeah.
like
so
the places
Like
where
the
these people teach.
buildings and
Also, like
shit.
we
We
got to
need.
be in a position to give these teachers and these people with these skills a better offer than they would receive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
that
mm,
that was my
mm.
point
It
to
might not always
create
be just money,
industry.
though. It might not always just be money. It might just be, you know, we can.
A skill level that they in order to move forward, if we corner a market in that, they see that and it's like, wait, well, but the niggas are first class in this. We can't move forward in this. If we want the best, we got to include the niggas.
So that's all encompassum whenever I say corner or market. Whenever you corner a market,
Exactly.
the world has to deal with you. So that's what I mean
Yeah.
when I say that. So that's included when we talk about nation building, having a city and dealing amongst ourselves. So I just think that just to bring it all full circle, because we're talking about politics and what black people need to do, and I really enjoy this conversation. But let me let me say this though, it always be some weird shit whenever certain people, because let's say like Malachi Z. York, he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, but then he got caught up on the weird stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what happened to that man, dude.
Whenever we do have our messiah figures, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's just seems
Mm-hmm.
like it always come with some weird stuff on the side. When everybody get do their cult thing, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean cult in a negative, but just means an alternative society. It come
Yeah,
with some strange shit with it. So hopefully we are able to come together and realize we do need to be self-sufficient. Even whenever you talk about the Nation of Islam and the weird shit he got caught up in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to talk
Mm-hmm.
about people's negative. I just like to
Right,
build on the
right.
good, but I'm just saying from a
I
realistic
think I think
perspective,
as a
it always
collective,
come with some strange things
yeah,
for some
no,
reason.
that's a fact. I think as a collective, we got to be more hands on. We got to stop taking no for an answer. Like the next
Oh
time
yeah, for sure.
somebody come up with a cult and it start getting popular, we got to remind them that whatever your doctrine is, y'all are not African Americans, the collective. Y'all is y'all. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
y'all doing something for black people, you know what I mean? That's what it needs to be for. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I think that's where kind of the Nation of Islam fell a little bit, and a lot of these cults. And uh I think cults are always gonna form, religious groups are always gonna form, but there has to be community initiative that's concerned enough to be like, hey, we on your head 24/7. We need transparency. You got these babies with you. We need to know what the fuck is going on, you
Yeah,
know.
right.
And if a person gets a little too hard headed and go in the wrong direction, we need to be able
Checking
to,
shit.
yeah, you know,
Now that, without trying to sound overly aggressive, because I don't want to scare nobody, right?
Man,
But to be
skirm.
honest, bro, listen, bro. That's the one thing that we got on everybody that motherfuckers is not necessarily trying to monetize, bro. Is the fear factor. Is the fact that we spank shit. We hurt shit. If we want something done, we have the aggression levels, but we have to have the intelligence levels to understand, like, look, these motherfuckers is dangerous. If they get together and they want something done, they gonna have that shit. How do we? Because the reason why they give us concessions, like Dude said, man, shout out to you, bro. I done came with a cool little $8 word on niggas. If you give these dudes concessions,
yeah,
what can we give these niggers to make them not so dangerous? And it's like, because if they keep us too broke, too hungry, we if we give the one that's trying to do something a job or a white woman, then that neutralizes him, so he doesn't rally with the others and get revolutionary on us. You know what I'm saying? We have to figure out how to basically
I got you.
get them to understand, like, if they don't deal with us, there's going to be civil unrest. There's going to be a fucking problem. So what do we do to give them the reparations or whatever they want so that they don't crash out on us and get the whole world involved? Because
So let
when
me
we
go.
tripped out with
Go
the
ahead.
great, I'm sorry, I'm almost
No,
through.
you good. No, you good.
When we tripped out behind the dude that's in up north, what's his name? His neck got stepped on.
Floyd.
Floyd.
yeah.
When we tripped out about Floyd, that didn't just scare America.
Yeah, that shit.
And that
Everybody
got London involved. That got hella people involved, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when I say we got to learn how to understand what power means and how to negotiate from a top, not begging from the bottom. Like, please help us. Like, look, if y'all don't give us what the fuck we asking for,
this was gonna
we're
happen.
going to turn this shit up all the way.
So here's the issue, and I agree with you precisely, and I'm glad you said it in the way that you said it. I got you. I got you. So from my perspective, we need to talk about sacrifice, right? Because like what you said and like what Zeus said, we do need to be aggressive, but we need to be aggressive in the right way.
Strategic.
So whenever we don't get our concessions, man, sometimes people gonna have to take some falls, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta bust heads
Niggas
on
do it in
butt.
the street all the time.
You know
Niggas
what
do
I'm
it in the
saying?
street
And
all
we
the
don't
time.
want to, and we don't, and
Catch
we
an
hate to
ass,
say it.
go do some time. You can't do that for the whole you know.
2
So hold
episodes back,
on.
I was talking about how. Go ahead, bro. My bad. Go ahead.
So nah, you good. You good. I'm from the path it, but that's where we at though. I think everybody understood, and we hate to say it because it make us look some type of way. You know, it come off as some type of way. But whenever you look at in reality, when people really trying to get stuff done and they don't get their way, man, you really gotta step on some toes, and that's just really what it be. But we just gotta be like, know whatever type of moving you trying to be. Whenever you oppressing my life,
It's
whenever
just
you
like
doing stuff that's hindering my life, I'm gonna step on your toes if you don't get out my way. And somebody gonna be willing to take that bullet, take that jail sentence, take that whatever they finna take from you. And we gotta realize, but we gotta keep on pushing. If somebody is taking those sacrifices, then we gotta keep on pushing. And I think that's what's really missing out of the community. Because people take those sacrifices, but then people don't keep moving.
The young niggas don't see anybody that's gonna hold them down in that direction. You know what I mean? Not like they actually getting held down in that direction in the street.
Right. Okay. And that's kind of how the Black Panther Party came with so many members. Listen, y'all, it's a lot of you niggas that's out there that's already they don't mind doing time. They actually can't wait to go back. We need to figure out. You want to go back? All right. Well, we got a mission for you. Won't you do this for the? You ain't got nobody writing you
for the rest of your life.
Hello, you ain't wrote no letters anyway. You've been in there 10 years plus, and then you think you've been forgotten about. But if y'all get it, y'all already in there, crashing out, doing, you know what I'm saying, and making sure that people that come in there that's gay or that's raping kids is getting hit. We got the inside, we got the dungeon locked down already. We got the prison system locked down already. Anybody go in there, nigga? They was talking about freaky ass nigga. You a 69 guy. I bet your ass better not go in cell block one, nigga. You talking
Oh
about kids,
God.
fucking with kids.
That nigga crazy as hell.
Okay. All right, we got something for your ass. We in here, nigga. Hey, actually, we live in here, nigga. We like it in here. Don't even trip. We in this motherfucker. So we can capitalize on that part. We can take the prison system. How many times have we seen niggas? The prison system damn near run what goes on the outside.
Indeed.
But if we're not scared to go to prison, if we can monetize that,
so
we can
check it out.
monetize that. Let me shut up now because
No,
I'm sounding dangerous now.
No, that's
So
real.
check
A
check it out.
On the
Now
flip side,
let me
it's a
go,
fucking
Zoo. Let me
army
go,
camp.
Zoo. So let's do a real life example of how they do it in reverse. So let's say, you know, they catch a nigga doing something and be like, okay, you know, you can go do this time or you can be an informant. What you want to do? And we can do stuff
Shit,
like
give me the
that in
time,
the and we can do stuff like that in the reverse. Like, hey, nigga, we catch you over here, you know, doing this to these babies or in the hood, you doing violence in the hood, nigga, you can catch this fade. You know what I'm saying? We can put this knife on your neck. Are you finna be for the cause? What
Get
you
to
want to
work.
do?
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to say that is they'll go and pick people out of prison and use them as a plant to put in our community and things like that in our organizations. They have done this historically. You know what I'm saying? So we need to
on the table.
We need to try
reverse that.
Yeah, those strategies. So these are realistic strategies. When we talk like this, when people hear it, kind of sounds like it's something that's outrageous. But we can't act like these same strategies haven't been performed against us in different ways.
Right.
Every day.
Right.
Every day.
So we can monetize that part. What I'm saying is like we don't mind going to prison. Prison ain't who want to be in there. A lot of these niggas don't want to work anyway, but you dangerous. You like to kill shit and you fucking dudes. So let's terrorize niggas that, you know what I'm saying, that go in that motherfucker and make it to where we can't, hey, all right, well, that don't scare us no more. What else you got? You know what I'm saying? Now we can figure out how to do this other thing out here, and I'll talk about that more personally. We ain't finna go too far into this, you know what I'm saying? Because
so those are some things realistically that we can do. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't came to the conclusion that we really need to get our own shit together because it sounds like you guys as men, I feel like I'm talking to some men up here, ain't talking about begging for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that don't mean we cannot participate in the political system because we can do both. We can do for self and still, and still participate. We can do that.
Because we can raise kids that's 18 and up to do the voting shit. It's like, this is gonna sound kind of sinister, but you remember on what's the movie with Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio and dude that played the Joker, Jack Nicholson. The
Boston joint.
Yeah. What's it called? Though? Damn. But how? All right, because basically, Jack Nicholson was like Whitey Bulger, right? The gangster, and he hired, or he took a young nigga under his wing and trained him to be the police. So you feel me?
Right. They do the same thing. Those be the moves.
Hello. It's like, okay,
those be the moves.
All right. You know, if we was locked up, right, and you needed a bitch to come in and do, like, niggas talking to bitches women on the phone, hey, I need you to get a job as a guard. Woo, I'm finna have you work and do them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's criminals that is top tier criminals that do the right thing, and
also,
we could be the same. Like, you know, and not necessarily criminals, but this dangerous enough to where it's like they can't leverage.
Let's give some real life examples, Jay, because that's what I'm talking about. When I say covertly, so you put people in position like that. People do it in industry all the time. Let's say I'm in a competing industry. We'll pay for somebody to, you know, go to school to go to an opposite industry and go up in the ranks and then give secrets to the other side. We have political people that go back and forth to parties. We got corporations that place people off in politics. So these are not things that are unusual. These are realistic things that happen every day, but people don't talk about it on a casual manner because this is the underground. This is how the operations work on the opposite side. So these things are not far-fetched. You got real life examples to where people are covertly operating and keep things really running in real life.
Don't leave nothing up to chance. You know what I'm saying?
That's the one industry.
Nothing up to chance.
That's the one industry they kind of play us on because they keep us locked up. They keep us with a record, so we can't get into the political arena like that. And then they have somebody cosplaying as us, a Jamaican dude who looked black, to act like he represent us in the Democratic Party, et cetera, et cetera. So we got to start.
Don't be talking
kids.
about Kamala like that, man. Come on now. What are you talking about? Don't do her like that.
You feel me? We got to start making sure that we got kids that stay out of trouble so that we can get them to want to be in political arenas and really speak for us the right way. I mean, this is still like maybe a 15, 20, 30, 100-year plan.
Religious and cultural. Yeah.
We just don't think in 100-year scopes like that. We think 3-4 years short term and not understand. We got to start looking further down. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just looking like right here in front of our noses, you can't see past our dick. We got to look past when we alive, like how they do. They look into it and make plans 100 years down. You know what I'm saying? But we got to start dealing with our own, keep teaching our own how to think, putting these things that we talked about in place so we can activate those who sleeper cells who, like I said, you in the hood, you're a weirdo. You're a weirdo. You're a weirdo. You didn't touch kids. Woo. Okay. Well, how can we monetize that? How can we make that something that we can use? Like you said, we'll take somebody like that, put them on the squad, give them a job. You know what I'm saying? We got people who in engineering fields who want to do something. You want to find out how to help us? Get with us. We get some schools together, teach these kids how to code, how to be engineers, et cetera, et cetera. We need our own schools, but until we get to that point, you know, because we hear niggas like Omar, Dr. Umar, talking about this school. I still ain't seen the school, fam. I mean, and it's probably us, but it's taking way too long.
Not only ops getting put pressure on, but people in the camp got to get put pressure on. Like you've been saying, you got this for the last 10 years. You know, at a certain point, there has to be some type of independent body that steps in. Like, listen,
bro, stop paying this nigga to talk to us about shit if he ain't doing nothing.
Transparent.
You ain't doing nothing, bro. We gonna have to silence you, bro. You talk too much. Right. You ain't trying to do nothing.
You making the whole thing look bad.
You making us look bad, bro. So either put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? And then we got, I mean, it's a lot of angles we got to attack this from, but I'm going to tell you right now, bro, we can do this. It's definitely doable. We not scared. Some of you cats need to stop playing. A lot of you niggas is hiding in the house.
The whole thing look
you
bad.
Making us look bad, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? You scary. And I see you niggas. I don't like you Otis ass niggas. I already talked about this shit on the show. I'm telling y'all, tune into the show. And the show before this, like I said, I talked about R&R. You know, it's Jamerson Battle on all panels. Not to say, hey, dude, thank you for bringing me on, bro. But I'm saying we got some work to do. Y'all niggas ain't got nothing to do.
Hey, so let me say this because we about to close out because I got to go take my grandma shopping and all that type of jazz. So go ahead and give your plug and your show where people can find you on your show and stuff like that. And then after he goes, Zoo, if you got some closing words, man, close us out, man. I want to hear some last words from you, Jay. Give your plug, Zoo. Give us something good to go out on.
Okay. Look, we gotta have a plan. We got plans. We gotta have assignments. And for you guys that don't have a plan, we gotta be united. It's Jamerson Ballard on all platforms, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Check out the last episode. I got to edit it up and put it on YouTube, but it's on Instagram right now. And holla at me, man. Like I said, we ain't scared, bro. Stop playing.
Peace. Right. Good words.
All right, have a good one.
What up, Zo?
What up, man? I'm going to just say, man, you know, it's boss up or get bossed around, man. That's the name of the game. And I think that that's pretty self-explanatory. And we all know what we need to do. Every generation is going to either honor their assignment or betray. Feel me? So let's be amongst the ones that honor what we know we need to do. You feel me? And keep it going. I'm gonna definitely sign up to your channel though, James, for sure. James,
man, please holler at me, man. I'm gonna shout out to yours too. You let me know what it is. I'll follow you back. Look,
Kemway 221.
Kemway 221. All right.
Hey, spell that out, Zo.
KEMWAY 221.
Yeah.
Bet.
So
And
you got something else you need to say? Jamie, you just closed it out, man. Go
no,
ahead.
no, you good. We good. I'm just saying, like, hey, y'all, stop playing, bro. If you ain't got nothing to do, we'll give you something to do, man. Y'all cats need to stop playing, bro. It's time out for all that bull crap, man. Let's go.
That's what's up. So this is due diligence. This was kind of like a test episode, but this is the principles, and this is what we're gonna do around here. Just chop it up on real issues. We're gonna talk about the principles of things. The bottom line, we're not gonna have conversations about conversations, and we're gonna come up here and do the man thing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna have no scary ass conversations. If you got something to say, bring it up. Let's chop it up, but we ain't gonna beat around no bushes. You feel me? So like I said again, this is due diligence with the principles. Subscribe, like, share. I'll probably be back later on. We're gonna chop it up about reality, because reality is not what everybody think it is, and we just gonna have a conversation on it and see where we land on it. But I appreciate those who stood up. Magi Archer's up. Peace out to Smash Rockwell, man. He did a lot for me. He inspired me. Zoo, I appreciate you, man. You have been a phenomenal help to me, man. So for the support, Jay, you already know. I love you. I appreciate you for showing up for me. You show up every time. And with that being said, this is the principles. We out.
Oh, peace.